Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Stanley Parable. This is the sequel, if you couldn't tell from the title screen.
I thought I bought the original.
This is the story.
Yeah, man named Stanley.
Actually, it's a man named John. I changed his name legally
No,
yesterday.
if anything, it's Jim.
All of this
Come on now. I thought we,
Alright,
Alright, we're doing all the left door endings.
Perhaps he had simply missed
With our bucket,
Stanley cradled the bucket in a gentle embrace.
obviously.
Assertive, yet compassionate.
What a guy.
Stanley clutched the
So are you gonna go for like full
and ended
freedom, or what's the first order
The
of
first,
business?
the first one we did where we listened to him completely through is the last one I'm doing.
Oh, okay.
Doing it in reverse order.
In that case, you want to do...
Still no one was here.
the elevator ending? I don't know. We're not going to do it in exactly reverse order, because I don't remember which way we did it. But let's do the elevator ending. You know, up and down the elevator.
So,
up.
Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Yes.
wait, isn't downstairs also like a ending?
Yes, downstairs is also an ending.
We'll do that one next.
Okay.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once
So
again
2845,
stunned to
right?
discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire.
But not with our bucket.
The soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, it is dark, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck.
Yes.
Was it the bucket knew all along?
Obviously.
Was the bucket guiding him?
Yes.
Yes. This is certainly the most logical explanation.
Mm-hmm. And we already got our mini Stanley figurine thingy. What was your favorite name for them? There were the mini stands, the figurines, the Stiggly Wigglies.
The Figlies was
The
one of them.
Figlies, yes.
I think I like the Stiggly Wigglies.
Do Stiggly
Because
Wigglies?
that's fun to say.
Oh, yeah.
Pressure raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown.
Except we do know the fate.
It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket.
Dude, this bucket.
Soothing him,
It's a lifesaver.
comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
And that's awesome.
Fantastic.
Back on the elevator.
Oh, forgot my wallet. Hold on.
Sensitivity is crazy.
I said do a shimmy in front of it.
Wait, Stanley said to the bucket. Can we go back up? When I was pressing those keypad buttons, there was something very intriguing about the number 3. I want to go back so I can try pressing the number 3 again.
Okay.
Okay.
The bucket said nothing.
Alright.
So do
Yeah.
I go press the number 3 now?
I guess. I don't know, man. Let's follow the... Let's follow it, I guess.
Let's follow Fake Stanley, aka the narrator.
Let's go press that 3.
Here we are, said Stanley. Now I'm going to try out that number 3 button. I
Okay.
took the bucket over to the keypad and began absolutely slamming on the number 3 over and
Do it! Do it!
Wow, he said. The number 3 is such a special button. I'm having the time of my life.
Keep going.
Stanley looked expectantly at the bucket, but the bucket remained silent. This was a shock to Stanley, who had always felt such a connection with the bucket.
Yeah.
How was this not as exciting to the bucket as it was?
This is
to
very
him?
exciting.
Once Stanley had had enough of the number 3, he got back in the elevator.
Okay. That was fun.
Okay, grab my wallet. I'm good.
Alright, alright. That's good, that's good.
There's no reason to come back up here at all.
Why would we?
I mean, I've got my wallet.
You pressed the number 3 a whole bunch.
I pressed the number
Perhaps
3.
The bucket had missed something. Perhaps it had not seen how much joy Stanley got from slamming the number 3 repeatedly.
Perhaps.
A hint of regret
Wait.
nagged in the back of Stanley's mind. Should he demonstrate the number 3 for the
Yes,
bucket
he
again?
should.
I forgot my phone.
That's the worst. And now we need to go slam the number 3.
Said Stanley to the bucket. You can't go on yet. Not till you understand how much the number 3 means.
We
to
gotta
me.
slam that
You
thing
and I
again.
have been through so much together, and I just want you to see what I see. Feel the happiness I feel. He smiled at the bucket, and the bucket said nothing.
Getting the silent treatment from the bucket. What's going on? I don't like that.
I mean, it's better than the bucket killing everybody.
Yeah, that is true.
I'll take silent treatment any day over, hey, I'm gonna murder everybody and you're gonna listen to me
Here we go,
and die sad and alone.
This time I'll really show you.
Really show 'em.
Number 3, and began to wail on it like a musician on a beloved instrument, wielding a concerto of truth and passion. He wielded the number 3 like a fine artist would wield a paintbrush. He told stories through the number 3, stories of his dreams and hopes and fears. The whole time, he looked to his bucket for a reaction of some kind. Anything to let him know that the bucket appreciated what he was doing. The bucket conveyed absolutely nothing at all, only silence. Crushed by a wave of dejection, Stanley returned to the elevator.
Alright, so I got my phone and I got my wallet. And I pressed the number 3.
Even more.
I'm good.
But now we're crushed.
Stanley
The
and the
wave
bucket
of
were so
rejection.
close, they'd always been there for one another.
Yeah.
Why suddenly could the bucket not connect with this passion of Stanley's? The question caused Stanley to ruminate the whole way down the elevator. He knew that there must be a way to get through to the bucket, to communicate fully with his dear friend.
Mhm.
Surely there was a solution, mustn't there be?
Must. I wish I understood the passion of number 3. Do it again.
Wanna know if I forget this time? Forgot my keys. Can't go anywhere without my keys.
You really can't. How on earth did you ride the elevator?
Speaking of keys, I saw a post. It was gas prices. It's like we're $1 more away from calling in and saying out of gas.
There was no... There we go.
Said
Okay.
Stanley, I know what to do. I know how to fully express this feeling in my heart.
Alright.
He decided right then and there that he would hold a press conference where he would speak to the public on all matters relating to pressing the number 3 over and over.
Okay.
He would elaborate fully on what the number 3 meant to him and why he felt so alive when pressing it. Then the bucket would be able to see his joy through the eyes of others.
Yes.
It would get to see the world react to this discovery of Stanley's.
Hmm.
And it would be through the public eye that the bucket would finally understand
Ah,
Stanley's
here we are. Here's my press conference.
Yes.
He advertised and marketed his press conference, building excitement around it, developing...
Oh yeah, these are the same.
Until it couldn't be refined a single measure further. When the big day arrived, Stanley was as prepared as he'd ever been for anything in his life.
Alright, let's do it. We will prep all the 3s on the whiteboard and on the mirror.
One last chance to win the bucket over. One opportunity to share a true connection with a loved one.
Yes.
This is a bucket.
There was no one here. Nobody had come to the press conference to hear Stanley speak, to listen to him talk about what it really means to press the
It
number
means so
3 on
much.
the keypad over and over. He was unloved, uninteresting, he was a failure, and in that moment Stanley knew the bucket would never again take him seriously. There would be no connection, no deeper understanding. The bucket merely sat there in his arms, indifferent. And so it began that slowly, over many years, the two of them grew more and more distant.
No! Our bucket!
They spoke less and less, neither wishing to state the obvious, that any sense of real respect between them had eroded since that day at the press conference. There would be no more games, no more long conversations about passion and pursuit, only a silence that consumed the space between friends. And Stanley, having for once in his life discovered the warmth and comfort of true companionship, was cast back into the unremarkable normalcy of loneliness.
Why does the bucket cause so much sadness?
I know, right? Dude, I was.
What did we do to you?
I was expecting, like, humor out of this bucket, but no,
I know,
every ending is just depressing.
It's so sad. Okay, we got the broom closet
All
ending.
his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided
Oh, there's
to
the escape pod ending where we walk backwards. You walk into the office and then you leave.
Yeah, you're gonna be doing that one.
I can
But
do it
first,
really
we're going down.
Stanley
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that one.
Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
quick. Never. Why on earth would you do that?
Just making sure.
There's your Stiggly Wiggly. Alright.
But Stanley just couldn't.
Couldn't do it.
He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk?
Why?
All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then, something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe...
Because so
I
far
can
this
fix
is
it.
Normal.
He looked down at the bucket in his eye.
There we go.
Am I crazy? He asked the bucket.
No.
The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all. That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these.
Yeah.
He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort. And that's when Stanley
I want my
realized,
money back.
this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket.
Wait.
Someone else's bucket, perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket?
We have
This is all
stickers!
Surely no good would come from this.
It's gone.
Who knows what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket. Indeed, now he noticed that the wounds were repeating, which was, of course, very odd.
That is very odd.
Now he felt himself floating off the ground.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, gracious, he exclaimed. Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad.
Yeah.
Where is it? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it calling to him. Stanley! Stanley, it's me, the bucket. Could it truly be? He rushed forward from room to room, passing by one bucket.
Oh, there's so many buckets!
None
Jeez.
of them were his.
Which one is yours?
His special bucket. Come to me, Stanley. Find me. He had to find the bucket. He had to return to his old friend. It was the only way to truly restore
Which
his
bucket
sanity.
is it?
And then suddenly, froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him all along. It was incredibly painful. Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out.
Oh. Okay. Another humorous ending.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Alright, okay, okay.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other.
Did she?
Rose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and went to her place.
Yes! There it is!
Her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was.
What was the problem?
This man had no bucket.
Ah, yes.
Of course!
He'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It would all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket.
If only.
Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place.
Dang.
How cruel the world can be, Mariella thought. And she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this.
No time?
There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything.
So does everybody just have a bucket?
Herself, my life kicks ass, and she backflipped all the way to work.
Dang! That's impressive.
Dang, she got the ability to do that.
That's impressive. And she was probably in heels.
Most definitely in heels.
Most definitely. Yeah, after this one, everything is in the mind control facility area. Oh, sneaky.
Still thinking.
Alright.
Nailed it.
Good job.
Second try.
That's why you're the alpha gamer. And I am but a lowly beta gamer.
Not a beta gamer. It's just, those doors are tricky.
Doors are tricky.
So this is like the true escape, because there's the fake escape ending. Well, I mean, I guess like when you say no, turn off the mind control, that's also an escape, technically. So.
Is it the real escape, though?
I don't know. It's just an escape pod.
Well, no, this is the escape pod.
Yeah. Wait, is this how you do the heaven ending?
Maybe.
Because I think your door opens up. I know that door opens up. Does your door open up?
No.
No, we're locked out of it for eternity. Okay, I don't know how to do that ending then.
It might not be possible.
It might not. It says it is, but maybe it is.
You are now leaving.
Yep, that's us. Alright, 760?
760.
Yeah. Okay, we've done this bit before. I wonder if this is different. Because there wasn't a whole lot of... Was there any narrator commentary when we did this the first time? I don't think there was, because we like broke it. We went backwards, and like the narrator
he didn't care.
Yeah.
He never cared for us.
I mean, at least we got it pretty fast, so like if nothing happens, we're not wasting but like 3 minutes, so it's not awful. I would like to think now that we have our bucket, there's at least something to say about that.
Well, I mean, we'll figure it out in 2 more floors.
Yeah. Why is it always when we need it, the elevator's broken? Just in anywhere, you know?
I don't know, there's like one elevator on the campus that I do not take. I took it once, I thought I was gonna die. I'm like, you know what, I'll take the stairs.
Yeah, Launchpad Bay. There it is.
Escape.
Escape.
Well, I'm still in control.
Okay.
I just didn't escape enough yet.
Yeah, you gotta escape further. Oh, there we go.
There we go. I was like, hello?
I'm lost in the darkness! Are we letting just the bucket escape? Shh.
It's gonna be okay, buddy.
Wipe away its tear. This is
only
strange.
Only one of us can escape.
We could both fit in there, easily. Stanley, no! Join your bucket!
You did me well, friend.
07's in chat, boys. 07's. Well, at least something different came out. Hello? Okay, so no commentary, but animation. Interesting.
I mean, Stanley is a mute, so.
That is true. Very true. Okay. Next is...
Mind control facility.
To go to the meeting room.
The-
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Huh.
Sure, like
Hold on. Yeah, it'll
Sure,
come
they'll
back.
come back.
Yeah, that. It'll come back.
Has to come back.
It has to come back. It's part of the DLC.
Workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go
Ah.
to the meeting room. Perhaps he had missed a memo.
Thank you! Thank you! Thank you! I don't know who that person is, but thank you! I love it.
I was not ready for that.
And try not to lose this one too, you dolt.
I comments on it!
Okay.
Wait, this is different.
What the heck is going on?
Have we not reached the ending yet?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his
Why was
chest
that different?
and entered the door on his left.
Yeah. Okay, next is the bottom of the mind control facility. So,
Stanley and the
so bottom of the mind control facility, escape, and then yes and no. Those are the four endings we have.
So
Left.
forward,
Left, and then
yes,
turn
and
on
no.
power, turn off power.
Alright,
So-
so we're just gonna jump here,
You gotta hit the like bolt first.
Not.
Okay, so now you can go. You should be able to go overboard now.
Packed with television screens. What horrible secret!
There you go.
Stanley and the bucket, but just as Stanley was about to proceed further into the mind control facility, he tripped and fell over the railing and into the dark void below. Thankfully, he fell directly onto the bucket, which safely cushioned.
Hey, he was right.
Now, what to do next? Stanley wondered. Stanley and the bucket could find no way out of this enormous pit, and so eventually they decided that the best thing to do would be to simply get comfortable down.
As anyone would do.
So they set up a little couch and relaxed.
Okay.
It really wasn't
Oh, I'm
so
moving.
bad down here.
Hey, it's a couch.
After some time had gone by, they installed a few shelves as well.
Okay.
A sort of kitchenette that was useful for when the bucket was craving convenience. But it wasn't until the rugs and the standing
Hey!
that it really started to feel like a home. In fact, after some time,
That's
Stanley
the end.
realized
Look at the
that it had
TV.
been ages since he had
That's the ending,
explored
when
the
you walk out.
mind
Yeah.
control facility. He'd never gotten to fully explore what was out there.
Look at
Never been
that.
able to unearth the many mysteries of
Wow.
the mind control facility. This lack of closure began to eat at him. Soon he was dwelling on his regrets, and the state of their home slowly decayed as Stanley became withdrawn and neglected the cleaning.
No, Stanley.
It unsettled the bucket deeply. Stanley wasn't usually like this. The bucket tried to reach out to him again and again, but to no avail. All Stanley could think about, all he could talk about, was going back, journeying over again, staying on the path. It was a mistake to leave the path. It was a mistake. It was a mistake.
It was a good ending until now.
It says, I need to see the true ending. This made no sense.
There is no true ending.
It was simply
Because the end is never the end.
That's a fact.
Yet Stanley was unconsolable.
Well, Stanley, suck it up.
This is just a hole in the ground. The bucket sighed. True, it wasn't. But it's where we happen to be. And maybe, possibly, if we accept the reality of things, maybe this will become an ending eventually. It's what the bucket was counting on. The two of them waited for a very long time.
Alright.
Should I have paused long ago? Maybe I should watch those comedy videos again.
Instructional comedy.
His co-workers were gone.
Okay, so...
Stanley decided to go
Alright, so the replacement bucket
Perhaps he had
thing is
some
gone.
New mysteries lay in store for our bucket-loving heroes today. Let's find out.
So we'll do the escape ending.
Stanley
Alright,
entered a
escape.
large
Ah!
mind control although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
What do we know? Well, luckily me and my bucket have been through so many
The door behind
things.
them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
No,
We did.
At this point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death.
Yep.
Each of them.
sounds about right.
Let's have it.
Whee! Free fall.
Give that free fall a solid 8.2 out of 10.
That was pretty good.
Form was great.
Yeah.
Not perfect, but great.
And the landing? Not that bad.
Fantastic.
Yeah. I'll give it a 9. There we go. I don't know why this is part of the office, but
And Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise. Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be.
how dare you?
To be sure, it puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket. But what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death? This is what Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying the bucket everywhere. Farewell, Stanley.
Farewell, narrator.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end, as it was crushed violently to death.
But first,
Little museum exhibit. The
It was a shame the death of such a magnificent bucket. It's true that all buckets are radiant in their own way, but this one stood above the rest. It was a glorious bucket.
Our bucket!
Who took our bucket?
The bucket. Welcome to the grand exhibit. So it's not the Stanley Parable Museum anymore, it's the Bucket Museum.
You're standing at the...
Precipice of knowledge, much like a bucket itself, the human mind is frequently empty within
within a cavernous
cavernous
void.
Through the use of the exhibit in front of you, the mind becomes full and enriched and sustained knowledge of the bucket and its history, and only true and knowledgeable we really have. Will you take what you learn here with you out into the real world? Will you accept with an open mind that may change, it may be challenging about the information in the exhibit? Will you change the lives of yourself and your loved ones as a result of the exhibit? Or will you turn a blind eye and continue to live as you were in ignorance and darkness?
Yes.
Yes to which part?
Yes. Both.
Okay.
Simultaneously.
Can you see how arrogant it was for Stanley to take a bucket like this and to claim it for his own?
We had stickers!
Can you see the hubris that blinded him?
25
Can you
buckets.
see that the bucket is
A photograph of 25 buckets is the greatest number of buckets ever captured on camera. The photographer experienced catatonic shock for several weeks as a result of the euphoria from exposure to this many buckets at once. That's more than 25. But okay, sure. Is that the first bucket? A bucket with 2 handles? This bucket is depicted as having 2 handles. Such a design has never been created in real life, having been deemed too dangerous and recklessly experimental. Every year, dozens are put to death just for attempting it.
Wow.
And that would be very useful. A bucket with 2 handles?
I mean, I could see the lack of use in it.
I mean, like, if you have something really heavy, you could, like, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
The Inferno Bucket, a replica of the Inferno Bucket, which in the medieval era was so powerfully alluring that it drove dozens of nations to war with one another for control of it. Billions died, and yet despite of all of it, the simple fact remains, no one can control a bucket.
I mean, I control my bucket pretty well.
Okay, cave drawings of buckets. Cave drawing! We know the buckets predate the existence of mankind. We do not know by how long. This cave drawing depicts early man's discovery of the practical use of the bucket, by which time the bucket had already likely been around for several millennia. Notice in these drawings how the bucket is allowing itself to be used, having judged humanity to be worthy of its treasures.
It's a bucket.
No man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one. It is man who should kneel before the bucket.
I do not kneel before buckets.
She's saying you should.
Well, I don't.
The hanging bucket. This piece symbolizes the necessary relationship between bucket and humanity. However clear our grasp of the bucket may be, there is yet more that is always out of reach. This distance inevitably is for our own good. Nice one. Good job. Did you pick it up? Come on. Do we get our stickers back?
There is something we can do. Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong.
Lay it on me.
Let Stanley die.
Okay.
Let him be crushed by the machine. Don't reset the game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements if only we let Stanley die together. The bucket should take its place as ruler, as leader, as commander of a new world, a new vision.
Doesn't the bucket also get crushed?
Yep.
In like this scenario? Because-
Yep.
Okay. I don't think she thought that far.
Nope.
Alright, now we get...
Wasn't the last time without the bucket she was telling us to restart or something?
Yeah, don't let Stanley die. Don't let the narrator win. They need each other, something like that. But it all changed. 'Cause there's a
Wait,
bucket.
Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming?
Is your door still open?
How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken.
Huh?
No, the orders were still missing. For now.
Interesting. So there are some scenarios where the door stays open. So I guess we'd have to hit all of the things and then wait for a scenario like that to happen to get the heaven ending. That takes too many resets, though. All right. Because we had a sticker on it.
Yep.
We knew it was a bucket.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest.
We may not know the difference between bucket and not bucket, as you saw from last episode. If you didn't, link in the description and at the end of this video. But we know this is a bucket because we got the sticker. Also from the last video, link in the description.
Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
Alright, so now we gotta go all the way through the mind control facility and then hit power on first and then turn it off.
I mean, it's also on Xbox.
Why would I want to buy it again? I mean,
and Switch.
Again.
I think it's actually on Game Pass. If I get Game Pass, Speaker.
Dude, an Undertale Genocide speedrun sounds actually awful.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, Pacifist also isn't great because then there's Flowey. Ah! Don't drop your bucket and shop.
The office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears.
Don't do it, bucket.
Stanley cradled it gently,
It's okay.
reassuring it that everything would be fine.
Everything's
gonna be
Wait,
fine.
isn't the bucket supposed to reassure us? Isn't that its job? The reassurance bucket?
This is a replacement.
Was the bucket under
He's
the
good.
mind control facility's influence as well?
Ooh,
Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do?
that's true.
What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place?
Exactly.
These questions raced furiously in
So that's just our office, right? 427.
Yeah.
They have 600 employees.
601 just got fired.
Yeah. That sucks for 601, I guess.
Yeah, it's tough. Alright, take us!
No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it.
No.
His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
Of course we're gonna trust the bucket. It's never done anything wrong.
The bucket is very trustworthy.
Yes.
But here was the proof.
Alright,
The
get it.
heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
Except we did
He and the
decide.
bucket would dismantle the controls for good.
Not exactly.
Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way.
Yeah.
The bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
Except no.
But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls.
Bucket!
Stanley gasped. Had this been the bucket's plan all along? To take over the machine and claim
How
the power
dare
of
you,
himself?
bucket!
How could the bucket have betrayed him like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen.
Wait,
Birds. Silly.
look at
silly
the
birds.
screens.
The control buttons became active again.
What? Well, oh, there we go. Silly birds! Wait, hit buttons. Because now it's just silly birds, it's not the mind control facility. Flamingos!
Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds after another, and then
This is adorable.
This wasn't a mind control facility at all. It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds.
That's a silly bird!
Aww,
The
cute
mind
penguins.
controls were only a facade to disguise its true intention.
Interesting.
At the bucket men was all wrong. Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands, the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery. Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, living through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable.
Might as well.
Of all the possible paths his life could have taken, this
A little bit up.
was surely the best. And Stanley was happy.
Evil geese.
Ah, I hate geese. They're the freaking worst, man. But that was a good. Hey, that was a good bucket ending.
Yeah. That's
Oh my gosh.
Like the first one. It wasn't like depressing. Alright, we got one more ending, and then I want to do one more thing after that with to see kind of what happens afterward.
Finally, yes, the bucket. Yes, yes, yes. I love that bucket.
I love that bucket too.
It's a great bucket.
Fantastic bucket.
Stanley touched, but never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
Okay. There you go.
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on earth.
Okay.
Both
Cool.
of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life.
That
lived,
sounds
but
awful.
It was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support. What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. The facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket, would go to any lengths not to part with the bucket.
Are you gonna give up the bucket?
No. Stanley can't leave this place, not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms, not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room, but at least he has the bucket.
That is true.
To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
Let's find out what.
The Eternal Darkness was okay, and he'd be fine with it.
Okay.
Alright,
So
that's everything.
yeah, we're gonna do that one
We
ending.
got moonwalk out of our office like awesome people.
What did it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Yeah, replacement
Perhaps
button.
he
Alright,
simply
we gotta pick it up.
He doesn't care.
Try not to lose this one too, you dolt.
Never mind,
Gotcha.
he does care. Okay, so next time we're going to do the epilogue. We'll save that for its own little episode. We took a left instead of a right. Did you notice that when we left? Like,
No.
we changed direction. We usually go right. It was a
Oh.
left. And that door is closed when it's never closed. It's getting weird, man. It's getting weird. Okay, so next time we'll do the epilogue. Do the rest of the endings. There's a couple endings left, but
There are?
yeah, there's like 2 or 3.
Which ones?
Well, the epilogue ending, and then the one that we missed. That,
Oh, yeah,
and
we did
then there's
that.
like one little mini ending that's not really an ending with the bucket.
Stanley
So
clutched the bucket
Anyway.
tightly to his chest.
see you then. Next time's the epilogue. Later.